All right. One of the things we learned about this semester is visual learners. And a visual learner is someone who needs to see something in order to learn it. They have a strong sense of color and are very color oriented. And they need to look at the person he or she is talking to in order to stay focused. They need to write things down as a way of remembering things. They also use their hands a lot when they talk, and they overreact to sounds and can be easily distracted by noise. To help these types of learners, try to write down directions for them. And teachers should also use illustrations, charts, diagrams, slides, and other visuals to reinforce their learning. Um, a great tool to create visual learners is Tagxedo, and we're about to show you how to use that right now.
So, Tagxedo is, like Ryan said, very well. It's for visual learners, and it helps. It's another learning tool, learning strategy for teachers to use, especially for those people who need to see things visually. And it isn't the same thing as a PowerPoint. So what you want to do is you want to type in www.tagxedo.com, and it'll bring you to this page. And then you can do all sorts of things. You can create, you can shop, you can learn, you can view the galleries of other Tagxedo creations. But what we're going to do is we're just going to show you how to create one. So what you do is you hit create. It's free. It's easy. Don't try to make it harder than it really is, because that's what I did the first time. So when you hit create, you get this. This is the generic load screen that you get. So don't freak out if something doesn't change. So what you want to do to create whatever, and you can take information straight from a Word document or a web page and put it right on here to see, or a PowerPoint or whatever. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by loading the information that we want. So you want to go up to load. Now, if you have a web page in mind, you can put the link to the web page there, or the page that you want loaded on there, or you can enter the text if it's a Word document. So right now we'll just type in a bunch of random words, which is not exactly random. What this is basically what Ryan just said. And then what you're going to do, once it's in there, you hit submit. And then it'll automatically reload the start page from Mother Earth to everything that you put on there. You can exit out of that, and then you see here that all of the words that were entered into the text are entered into the Tagxedo. And you can see that some of the words are larger than the others. And this means that the words that appear most often are enlarged. So these are the words that you want the students to take away or take with them, the most important words, basically, because those are the words that are going to strike out to them. And then what you can do is you can change the color, because who wants this color all the time? And you can go through, as Ryan is doing, is changing the color. You can reload it every single time. Now, this is the same color pattern. If you want to change the color pattern, you go down to theme. Theme? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Theme. And you can pick any one of these colors, and there's a whole list. So Ryan just picks Asmar, and it changes the colors there. And then if you don't like this particular layer, you can go back up to color, and you can refresh it, and it'll just switch back and forth between those colors until you find a color that you want. So then after that, you can go down to font, and you can change the different kinds of fonts. And there's a whole list of different ones. You're going to want to pick ones that are best for your specific learners, and ones that aren't too distracting but are still fun at the same time, because again, visual learners like to look at something that isn't the ordinary. So we chose Paper Cuts 2, which I think is the exact same thing.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was. My bad.
So let's do franchise. Voila. And then you get a different font. Thank you. Wow, I can do this well. You can also change out the orientation. This means you can change it either to horizontal, vertical, a combination of it, or any. So this just shows you how the words will appear for the students for the Tagxedo. Everything here is now horizontal. You can also change it to make everything vertical, and then the one that was previous was, or the first one that we started out with was any. So they went in all directions. You're going to want to pick something that's visually acceptable and creative, so we're going to go with any. So it kind of goes back and forth, and you go in any direction. And now, then you can change the layout. You don't have to keep South America. So if you want to go to layout, it might be up, it might be shape.
It's shape.
It's shape. The layout is just to reload it. You can pick any one of these images, and then what it'll do once you pick an image, it'll reformat the words that you put on there, the text that you put on there, into that particular image. You can also upload your own image, but for the sake of time, we're just going to pick a random image. Let's do the king. Give it a second to reload. And there you have the exact same text in a different picture.
I can X out.
Now, if you decide that you want to change something, you can go back to your history. You can click on history, and it'll show you everything that you've done to change it. So if you want to go back 5 steps or whatever, you can go all the way back, and it documents everything that you have changed. We're gonna, so let's say we want everything to be that again. We didn't like the crown. Okay, so we're gonna go back, and we're just gonna leave it like this. Let's just say, let's keep it South America. South America is great. Then once you are done, once you have things the way you want it, you go to save and share. And this gives you all sorts of different ways to save it so you can have it always. These are JPEGs and picture files for image savings. You can go through web, print, thumbnail, or advanced. But we're,
I was just showing.
yeah, we don't want to print it, not yet. We're gonna go with web right now. This is if you want to put the image, the lesson, or whatever it is that you're creating on a web page and pull it up in the classroom. So let's give it a name. It's just visuals. Give it a title. You can call it Visuals 2. And then you can write in a comment, like this is a demo or something. You hit submit, and automatically it saves it to Tagxedo's website. And then it gives you the thumbnail, the URL, the player only, and the iframe code snippet. And these are the snippets that you would use to open it up in a different browser, in a different window if you want. So we are going to go with the complete URL if you want. And we're going to copy and paste that, and then we're going to open it, and there it is. Also, what's really important too, if you scroll your mouse over the words are highlighted and they pop out. So if you're teaching with a smartboard or something, even if you're just using a computer, you can roll across these and the students can watch it and their eyes are drawn directly to the word you want them to focus on. This works really well with vocab words. For instance, if you want to do vocab, social studies, science, and really with vocab, any vocab, I guess.
And that's Tagxedo.
That is Tagxedo.